is Don Braveman. I'm president of the college, and I'm very pleased to be able to welcome all of you tonight. I want to offer somewhat of an editorial comment. I think, as we all know, there are important issues that are facing the state, the country, and indeed the world. And it seems, at least in my view, that too often discussion of these issues is based on sound bites and political barbs. And what's missing is reasoned discussion of these important issues. And it's for that reason that I'm very pleased that Dr. Tim Nealon's class organized this debate tonight. And I want to welcome both of our candidates to Nazareth College tonight and congratulate them for agreeing to participate in a reasoned discussion, Tom Reed and Matt Zeller. And finally, I want to thank WXXI for broadcasting this live as we proceed this evening. So I'm sure the debate will be lively, I'm sure it will be informative, and I hope you enjoy the evening. Thank you very much.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello.
And good evening, everybody. We have not begun our broadcast yet. We're about 2 minutes away, so just wait patiently.
Anybody know any good jokes? These two guys are running for Congress.
Oh.
You've told that one before.
That's all I got so far.
It's going to be a fun night, isn't it?
Twice.
Vote early, vote often.
Yeah. You guys are used to this.
We've done it a few times.
Yeah, you've seen me play it a few times like this. Yeah. Any inside jokes you want to tell us? Got nothing.
Yeah. Well, you tell us one.
No. Can't do it. Want to keep my job. About a minute and a half now. Okay. How are you guys doing? Good. For whom is this your first debate? Raise your hand. First debate? Okay. Mine too. How many students are here? Raise your hand. Students. Excellent. So your questions, without your hand. A little less than a minute. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this 2010 Voice of the Voter debate on WXXI AM 1370. I'm Edward Moody from 13 WHAM TV, and I'll be moderating tonight's event from the Arts Center here at Nazareth College. Now, the Voice of the Voter is a collaboration between WXXI, WHAM TV, the Democrat and Chronicle, and WDKX FM. Our goal is to engage citizens in the electoral process, and really, folks, there could be no greater example of that than this evening. We are all here because the students here at Nazareth put together this debate. They came up with the questions that I will be asking tonight, and that is definitely the goal of this Voice of the Voter process. Let's begin with some introductions. We have to my left here, those of you on radio can't see, but Tom Reed is sitting to my left. He is of Corning. He's running as the Republican candidate, the Independents and Conservative lines on the 29th Congressional District ballot. To my right, Mr. Matt Zeller of Victor, New York. He is running on the Democratic and Working Family lines. Neither is an incumbent, as this is an open seat. Well, thank you both for agreeing to participate. Gentlemen, we have a couple of rules to go over. I know you've been through this process, but we'll go over the rules for the evening. We have 2 minutes allotted for each of you to answer a question. After your 2 minutes of opening statements, we will begin the question round. The order has been determined before this debate by a coin toss. Mr. Reed will be going first. He will open off and start our questioning. After we start the questions, the candidates will each, like I said, have 2 minutes to answer each question, and then they will have 1 minute for a rebuttal to each question. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. I also want to mention they will have closing statements. Those closing statements will last 1 minute. All right, Mr. Reed, we'll begin with you.
Well, thank you very much, Edward. Thank you very much to Nazareth College, to each and every one of you for coming out this evening to engage in this process. I will tell you, we started this process July 1st, 2009. And along that trail, I need to recognize my wife, my son, my daughter here with us tonight, because they've been standing with me every day of that effort. This has been a great honor to campaign for this seat. And you see, back in July of 2009, I took a hard look at where our nation was going. And I disagreed with the policies that were being discussed and put forward by President Obama, Nancy Pelosi, and Harry Reid. To me, it's not the right policies of America, because right now in America, we are facing a historical moment. We have a national debt that is at $14 trillion. We are running an average about a $1.2, $1.3 trillion budget deficit every year. As a small business owner, creator of 4 small businesses by myself that I started, the first one no bigger than a cubicle, the size of a cubicle at the corner of this auditorium. That type of fiscal policy, that type of debt load is not sustainable. And so back in July, I looked at my son and my daughter, my 10 and 12-year-old, they were 9 and 11 at the time, and I just said, you know what? We have to stand up and draw a line in the sand, get our fiscal house in order, stand for our government, learning to live within its means and living within its means once again. Once we stabilize that economy, once we stabilize that fiscal policy, we will stabilize the economy, we will grow the private sector, we will grow and unleash capitalism once again so that people can get back to work and control their own individual destiny. To me, I come to you with a philosophy of a limited federal government, a government that defers the state to the individual whenever we can.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here this evening.
Mr. Zeller.
Well, thank you very much. I want to thank the students at Nazareth for putting this on, for the folks at home for tuning in to listen, and for the people who have come to meet us. Because this is what our founding fathers had intended. We weren't supposed to be fighting our political battles in 30-second sound bites on TV. You, the citizens, were supposed to be given an opportunity to vet us. And so I want to thank you for doing your civic duty. My name is Matt Zeller. I am the Democratic candidate for Congress. And with your vote, which I'm asking for tonight, I will be your member of Congress in a week. A lot of people ask me, why did I get into this? I got back from the war last year, the war in Afghanistan. I took a drive through our district, through particularly the village of Naples, right around the time of Grape Festival. Grape Festival is a wonderful time. We celebrate our agriculture. We celebrate our community, a community where people still look out for each other, watch each other's kids, rake each other's leaves, shovel each other's walks. It's a community and a way of life that we only can pass on to our children if our businesses are succeeding, if we have the ability to thrive here. And as I'm driving through Nazareth, I saw it, sorry, not Nazareth, but we're in Naples. So I'm driving through Naples, I started seeing all these going out of business signs. And one in my mind always stands out. It said, closing our doors after 80 years, 90% off of all inventory, everything must go. Business that opened up 80 years ago opened up in the midst of the Great Depression. Think about it for a second, because that's profound. Something clearly has gone wrong. Well, I had the radio on, and I was listening, and I heard this bank bail, $700 billion. The agreement was they were supposed to be lending to small businesses, and yet it's clearly evidenced by these going out of business signs they weren't doing that. And I started realizing something. Maybe that our government of the people, by the people, was no longer working for the people. So I decided to act, because that's how I was raised. When your country needs you, you stand up and you say, I'm here to take care of business. So here's my promise to you. Tonight's debate is not just going to be about the issues, it's going to be about leadership and character.
Thank you, Mr. Zeller.
Thank you.